Hi guys, this is the founder of Building Wealth Investments Inc. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in and for taking your time to watch this video. While you're still on that, hit the like, subscribe and notification button so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. With that said, let's get into it. So today I'm going to be doing a quick market overview on indices, currencies and cryptocurrency. Also metals, because there's a trade that I was looking at on gold in particular. But now we're going to start off with Nasdaq. This is the 15-minute chart, as you can see. So looking at the 15-minute chart, looking at the recent price action that is currently taking place in the 15-minute chart, we can see that we broke our previous high and we retested nicely and shot back to the upside, and we took our previous high. So in these situations, what I like to do is to take out my Fibonacci retracement and take it and put it right in this position here and mark my golden zones. My golden zones being the 61.8% and 50% level. So as you can see, I've marked my golden zones within this area here. Not saying that it always happens that the market is going to retrace within that area, but when it does, there's a high probability that it's going to shoot to the upside, and also depending on what pattern it prints. Looking at candlestick patterns in the lower time frames, like the 15-minute time frame. So looking at this, we can see that okay, we had an impulse, a retest, then, or you could say a correction. We're in a corrective phase right now. So looking at this constant price action in the 15-minute, I can see that we had a nice descending channel here. And if I pull out my Fibonacci in the 15-minute, so you could look at this as the first entry that you could take just by looking at this now. This is a first entry I could take on this particular pair. Mark my golden zones, and then let's see. Let's just get a clear picture of how it came into my golden zone. So it touched the 15-minute, I mean the 50% level right here, and then it gave us a bullish engulfing candlestick in the 5 minutes. So this could be your first entry. Put your stop loss somewhere around here. Maybe that's too far, but it's still say 15 pips or 20 pips. Put your 20 pips stop loss there. This is what I would like to see. So you can see that the risk to reward ratio here is crazy, because imagine risking 0.16% of your account to make 2.2%, 2.22%. The numbers are crazy. You just have to be aware and be disciplined when it comes to your risk management. That's all that matters. You can lose 5 trades in a row, but this one trade can make up for all the 5 trades that you lost and still be profitable at the end of the day, just by protecting your risk, just by protecting your money. That's what I meant. Master yourself. That's what I would say. Be disciplined, because if you're not disciplined, you make a plan, then you won't follow your plan, and then when it doesn't play out your way, it's going to mess up with you psychologically. So looking at this, also what I would expect is maybe the market to pull here to the downside and just shoot all the way to the upside. Touch our golden zone, give us a first touch, second touch, third touch, and shoot all the way to the upside. just by looking at the recent price action. Also, we can see that we have a resistance which was broken impulsively, which can then become our support, and we can also take it from here. So I think that's about it for US100. Let's look at another pair. Taking a quick look at US30, we can see that we have a similar type of structure compared to US100, as we know that they have similar characteristics, especially compared to all other indices, your S&P 500, your GBP 30. So usually, if you see that US30 is buying, Nasdaq is most likely to buy too, and S&P 500 is likely to buy too, GBP 30 is most likely to buy too. As for your other indices, your France 40, whatever, those ones, I haven't touched them yet. I haven't looked into them. But with that said, let's look into US30, and this is what I'm currently looking at US30. So we can see that we had this nice impulsive move to the upside. We broke our previous high. We retested this area, failed to break the support, went back to the upside, and then we're coming back in a deeper correction. Why would I consider this being a correction? Because when I pull up my Fibonacci, we can see that we touched our previous high in a sense, not that we initially got there, but we can see we kind of wicked inside this area here, and then we got a pullback within this area. Now we're creating some sort of a double bottom kind of pattern within this area here, within the 61.8% level, which is where I would like to take my entries, considering that I'm looking to go to the upside, or considering that I'm looking to get a bullish movement. So looking at this, I would first consider enter my entry from this position here. Put my stop loss right here, 45 pips. My take profit. My first take profit could be here. This is where my first take profit could be. 0.14% to make 0.65%. So it'd be risking 45 US dollars to make 216 US dollars on a $1,000 account. And then this would be our initial take profit, which is 1.56%. Or you can take it all the way and be ambitious. Take it all the way to this high, which is 3% and 998 pips. So let's say this plays out how how we expect it to play out. Like, going back to what I said in the previous video, you can lose 10 trades in a row, but this one trade can bring back your losses, and at the same time you'd still be profitable. Risk management is key. You can't be going full margin on a single trade. You can't go full margin on a single trade. You leave them to the professionals. You leave them to the Instagrammers and your influencers. That's what they're good at. As we've reached level, and I don't think I'll ever see myself going full margin. Probably someday when I've banked a lot of money, but now it's not in consideration, because you blow your account, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. So yeah, this is where I would take my entry in this position. Looking to take this now and see how it's gonna play out from the London session towards the New York session. We're just gonna be monitoring it and watching how it plays out, and that's about it for US30. So taking a quick look at gold, this is a current position that I'm monitoring. I'll leave a screenshot of where this position was entered, and right now I'll just explain what is it that I was seeing at the time before all this happened. So looking at this, or looking at the previous price action, we can see that we had an impulsive move to the downside. And usually, you know what is it that I like to do when this happens, when our previous high or our previous low gets broken. I put the Fibonacci retracement, and right within our golden zone we had this nice resistance. This is the 50% area, right, by the way. So looking at this, we can see we had our first touch, second touch, third touch, fourth touch. So it's not a coincidence that we can see that this is failing to break to the upside. And when it's failing to break to the upside, it means that there are sellers who are putting in more pressure to say, let's go to the downside. We're going to the downside. And usually, looking at gold, when it trails to the downside, your indices shoot to the upside. That's a tip there that I'm just lending out there. So looking at it, as I want to explain how this position was entered, we can see that we failed to break to the upside, and we had this nice pattern here. As I could see, this was my first touch, second touch, and then by my third touch I was convinced to say, okay, I would like to enter this position from here, because also I was looking at this pattern that was being printed here, a rising wedge within the 15 minutes time frame. We can see that we had our first touch, second touch, third touch, and we broke nicely, and this was expected to be a retest, but it didn't retest as a retest would be. Just engulfed up, just gave us a bullish engulfing up to the upside, and went up, tricked us, almost took me out, came to this thing, gave us a double top, came to this thing, and now it's just shooting to the downside. But looking at it as someone who hasn't entered this position yet, what is it that I would be expecting within this area is a retest or retracement within my golden zone in the 60%, 61.8%, and my 50% areas. And I'll be looking to sell from here. Also, we can see that we have a resistance. This was our previous support, got broken, so we can expect a pullback within this area, retest our resistance, and then continue to the downside. But I would like for it to come and break here. I think it would be better for us to seize an opportunity when it breaks here and retest here, especially here, because we can see this is a key level in this area, you understand? So also we can say it's a key level because you can see how it rejected when it got here, and now it's just shooting up. So it would be better to take this position from this area here. This could just be your first leg risk entry of some sort. And I think, yeah, that's about it for gold. I think that's about it for gold. So taking a quick look at GBP, JPY, this is the current position that I'm monitoring. As you can see on the chart here, I'll also leave a screenshot of where this position was entered, but I won't explain much on it currently. Probably when it hits take profit, I will explain as to how this trade was taken, but I want to look at it as someone who hasn't entered this trade yet, who is looking for an opportunity. So looking at it here, we can see that we had a nice impulsive move, and now we're just in the corrective phase, right? And obviously, what do we expect after an impulse? A correction, then impulse to the upside. So we're looking to take this all the way to this high here. Especially, it would be nicer if we were to get something like this, a break of this high here, and then a retest. But looking at the current price action, sort of touched this high. We came within this high here, right? And then after we came within this high, we can see in our Fibonacci we have a support, or our previous resistance got broken, which then became our support within the 38.2% area, or 38% area, not 0.2, 38% area. I mean, I wouldn't consider this to be the golden zone, but there is a strong support here. This is the 1 hour time frame, and also we can see we have a series of we have a first surge, second surge, and a third surge. Understand? So already we have two confirmations that this was just a a retest, and sometimes the 38.2% area does count in the Fibonacci retracement. You understand? So I would take this as my first entry. Let me check out my Fibonacci again. Mark my golden areas, or my golden zone. Okay, what do we have in there? 61.8%. We have a resistance which got broken, which is now our support. But judging by this first surge, second surge, third surge, I would like to take this position now. I would like to take this position now and put my stop loss here on the 50%. And then we'll see how it plays out. So this is 0.21% to 1.60% risk to reward ratio, risking 36 pips, which counts as $36. Also, your reward being 271 pips, which counts as $200. You don't even have to take the whole $200. The first take profit could be here, $100. Understand? Don't have to fight. Whatever the markets give you, take, because it could easily come here, give us a double top, and shoot to the downside. Then you don't make money. Come to the 60% and then shoot from the 60%. This could happen, or just trail to the downside. So to protect yourself, you can consider this being your first take profit, and then this being your last take profit. And that's it for GBP JPY. Taking a quick look at BTC USD Bitcoin. This is the 4-hour chart. I haven't touched it in a while. I haven't touched Bitcoin in a while. But looking at it, we can see that we've been trailing to the downside. We've been having momentum to the downside. So let's try to make sense of what's happening currently in the 4-hour. So in the 4-hour, we can see that the impulse, correction, impulse broke our previous support or our previous key level, and then I could consider this being my retest within this area. But to dive in a lower time frame, I would like to get a clear picture by diving in a lower time frame, because here we can see we had our first surge, second surge, and third surge. Got a huge hammer in the 4-hour, and then a bullish engulfing candlestick, and the market just shot up and then came to our came into our previous high here, broke our previous high, obviously came into our previous high. So let me take out my Fibonacci, do this 38.2%. The 38.2%, we have a strong resistance and support level right there. So looking at this, we can see that we broke impulsively, to the upside. We broke our previous high impulsively to the upside. So let me just do this real quick. You can see that we broke our previous high here by our third surge, just broke, and this could be a deeper correction. So I would like to see the market do something like this in a scenario where I'm considering to buy. And take it all the way to the upside. And I love Bitcoin so much. I love Bitcoin. I love the volatility. So this move wouldn't take time to happen. So as you can see, we have our first charge, second charge. I would expect the third charge here, shoot to the side. That's what I'm expecting to see. Let's go into the 15 minutes. So would you consider taking this position now in the 15 minutes? Let us see. You can see we had our previous high here, got broken, bullish engulfing candlestick in the 15 minutes. I would consider this being a retracement. Let me do this. It came within our 50% area within our golden zone. So this would be my first entry on Bitcoin. Nah, my low, it's fine here, 230 pips. First take profit, second take profit, third take profit. So yeah, this is what I would expect to see from Bitcoin. And think this will be it for the video. Thank you for tuning in and for taking your time to watch this video, and God bless you.